So we're going to take this approach of working out the chord transitions first for every section of the song. It's true actually that a lot of the tab overlaps. So if you go to the chord chart, you'll see that the intro is exactly the first line of the verse. So we're not going to go over that because you've already got that. Okay, so intro, verse 1, at the end of verse 1, we're going to the break. So let's take a look at the break, which is at the bottom of page 3. The first chord of the break is an F, but it might be different than any F that you've played before. So you can see there's a little 3 next to that diagram, which means we're starting in the 3rd fret. And you're going to put your index on the bottom string, on the A string, and then stack your fingers up here. Okay? And this F is in the 2nd position. It's basically not down by the neck, it's the next position up. So as you get more sophisticated, you will play more chords up the neck. Yeah, F. Then we're going to play a C in the 2nd position, also in the 3rd fret. Notice that little 3. You're going to flip over and essentially play your B flat shape because you have B flat, B, and then C. Yeah. This is why we learn those bar chords, so we can move up the neck. Then we have our modified D7, our modified G7, and then end on the C. Okay, one more time, moving through those chords. We have our F, C, D7, G7, and then back to good old C. Okay, now if you look at the tab there, you might notice that we're not doing any of those picking patterns. In the break, we are just punctuating a little bit more. So you're just doing the full pick. Okay, so on the F, you're doing the full pick. C, D7. On this one, you can do the picking pattern, or you could just do the full pick. It's up to you. It just kind of makes it a little more interesting. And then on the G7, you're moving to picking pattern 2. And then that final C, you're doing those 2 hits again, that little punctuation. Okay, whole thing, we'll try to do it in time. 3, 4, F, C, D7, D7, G7. 2 hits. Okay, one more time through the break. Same timing. 3, 4, F, C, D7, D7, G7. Okay, now after the break, you're going to go back and play the verse again. You're going to play verse 2 this time. It's the same verse pattern, just different words. And then at the end of verse 2, you're going to go to the bridge. So now let's look at the bridge. So let's take that same approach with the bridge and play through the different chords. Okay, so we start with a B flat, but again, it's a B flat that's up the neck. You'll see there's a 5 there, so you're going to be on the 5th fret, and you're going to take your essentially G shape. So you're going G, G sharp, A, and then B flat. Okay? Then you're going to move to a modified F. So what I would do is slide that ring finger back 1 fret, move the middle finger over, and then bring the index down. Let's try that again. The B flat, slide and flip. All right, that's your F. Then slide all the way down to G minor, to your regular F. Okay, then you're just going to slide your middle finger up and lay these fingers down for E flat. And then you're going to slide this entire shape up 2 frets for our 2nd position F. Okay, one more time in flow, just strumming B flat, flipped F, slide G minor, F, slide up E flat, and then up to your F. Okay, now let's add our picking pattern. So we're going to play a kind of variation on picking pattern 1 here, mostly because it's a nice shortcut. It's kind of a cheat so that you can move your hand. So you're going to pluck all the strings on B flat, and then you can play the open string as you slide to the F. then slide to the G minor, and then open and slide to the F. The timing is the same as picking pattern 1, and if it's easier, you can just play picking pattern 1, but you might see that playing that open string in between each gives you a chance to move a little bit faster. So let's try it again, playing through that first measure of the bridge nice and slowly, and just see how you can learn to slide the hand while you're playing that open string in the right hand. Okay, so we'll pluck, slide, pluck, slide, pluck, slide. There's no slide here, it's just changing chord. F. Okay, now slide back up to the E flat, picking pattern 2. Slide up 2 to F. Okay, so let's try to put that all together with some slow singing. I'm gonna sing really slow here so we have time to work out that transition. Okay, so we go 3, 4. Blackbird fly. Right? It's slow, so you gotta work that out. Here we go again, same speed. 3, 4. That's the first line of the bridge. Luckily, the second line of the bridge is pretty much the same. All right, if you take a look at it, the first half, actually all the way up to the E flat, is the same, except then we're going to move to some other chords. So let's play through those chords. It's kind of a review, right? B flat to the F, G minor to the F, slide up to E flat, and now instead of going up to the F, we're sliding down to the D, and then we're moving to this G7, end of the bridge. All right, let's just go for it and incorporate our picking. So you can see that first half is the same as the first line, I mean all the way through the E flat. You're going to do picking pattern 2 on D and on G7. All right, let's just put it together. Slow singing. 3, 4. Blackbird fly down to the D, into the night of the dark black. All right, one more time. Same speed. 3, 4. Blackbird fly into the light of the dark black. Okay, let's try the whole bridge. First line and second line. Nice and slow. 3, 4. Blackbird fly to the F. Second line. Blackbird fly into the light of the dark black. Okay. That's your bridge. So after this bridge, you're going to go back to the verse and play the verse through, that's verse 3, as an instrumental verse. And at the end of that verse, you come back to the bridge again and you can play this exact thing that you just learned again. You don't have to learn something different. At the end of bridge 2, you're going to go to the bridge break. So let's look at that now. That's at the bottom of page 4. So taking a look at the bridge break, you can see that that first line, maybe you can recognize that it is exactly the same as the first line of your verse. So you already got it. You don't need to learn something different. Now let's look at the second line of the bridge break. Essentially, you are just staying on that C, and you're going to play picking pattern 2 twice, and then you're going to do a series of hits. There's 5 hits, and then you do this slide, and I will show you what the slide is. But now let's go to that last line of the bridge break, because that introduces some new chord patterns for us. So if you look at the chord patterns, you might see that the first measure has the same chord patterns as the first line of our verse. And then the second half is pretty much the same as our break. I know that's like mixing together lots of things. So we'll play through it, but you might get the sense that you've already played it before. It's just in a different context now. Okay, last line of the bridge break. We're just gonna strum through the chords, right? We go C, D minor 7, move up to your 3rd fret. Okay, that part's the same as the verse. Now we're moving to the break part where we go to our 3rd fret F, our 3rd fret C, our modified D7, and then our modified G7. Okay, and then taking a look at the patterns there, you have basically picking pattern 1 until the D7, and you have picking pattern 2 on D7, and then you have a hit on your G7. Let's play through slowly with our picking patterns, right? So picking pattern 1, C, D minor 7, C over E. Okay, now switching to the F, picking pattern 1, to the C. Now our D7, picking pattern 2. And then our hit on G7. Okay, let's try to put it all together in time. We'll keep it really slow. Okay, here we go. Last line of the bridge break. Picking pattern 1, we'll go 3, 4, C, D minor 7, C. Now to the 3rd fret F, C, D7. Pretty fast. One more time, just like that. Ready? 3, 4, C. To the F, C, D7. Okay. So let's put the entire bridge break together slowly. Now, the main thing is that at the end of the second line, you have this slide, right? You're going to essentially pluck the A string and slide from the 7th fret to your next chord, which is your C on the 3rd fret. So you go, all right? It's just a little cool thing you can try. Okay, so let's just try the whole bridge break and you can hear how the slide works. Nice and slow, okay? So the speed is into the light of the dark black night, right? 3, 4, night. Now 2 more of these. Now 5 of these hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're gonna hold. There's the twittering birds here. Now slide, pick and slide. Now the last line. Now to the F, C, and then the D7. Okay, I know it's fast and there's a lot happening there, but it's just a matter of working through it. So at the end of the bridge break, you're going to then go back to the verse, play it again as verse 4, which is the same as verse 1, and then at the end of that verse, you're going to go to the coda. So let's take a look at the coda on page 5, and if you look at it, it's exactly the same as the break. Well, pretty close. And then we're going to just make it a little bit fancy at the end with that special chord. You can see there's like a 15, 12, 12, 12 there at the end. So you're gonna bar on the 12th fret and then put your ring finger on the 15th fret. It's just like a very high C. It's just a way to punctuate. So let's try playing through the coda and playing that special ending there, okay? Nice and slow. We'll go 3, 4. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. Last line. You were only waiting for this moment to arise. So give that a try. I think you can do it. All right. If you've made it this far, then you are already a champion and you will totally make it to the end. Keep practicing. Like I always say, it's just about 5 minutes a day and being patient and giving yourself time to work through what your brain and fingers need to talk to each other and understand what's happening with the song. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Thanks again to the patrons. If you're interested in supporting more ukulele videos and tutorials, please check out Patreon. We have a nice ukulele community over there, and I would love for you to join us. So please subscribe, like, comment, give me your feedback. Please let me know how this goes. And I wish you lots of aloha in learning this song, and happy practicing. Take your time, enjoy. Have a good one. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life.